Hey y'all, it's time for a trail talk with Big Papa. And I am, that's right, Big Papa. You did real good on that. I started not to do this today because it's 95 degrees and the humidity is so bad that it feels like you're sitting in a sauna. But something I've been seeing on TV has been just chapping my whatever you want to imagine as being chapped. Getting in my craw, you might say. And it's all this talk about Muhammad Ali. They're calling him a hero. He ain't no hero. Man, come on. Oh, he was a great boxer in his day and probably a real hard worker, but he's not a hero. Now, I'm sorry that he passed away, certainly. And I'm sorry for the way he had become over the last several years of his life. I don't know whether that was due to Alzheimer's or him being beat in the head all his life, but it was sad. It was sad. Now, I hear a lot of you saying or thinking, I can hear you thinking, you just don't like Muhammad Ali because he was black. No, wrong. When I see somebody, I just see a man or a woman. I don't look at color. There's a smaller group of you saying, you didn't like Muhammad Ali because he was a Muslim. I don't care what religion he was. He has the right to practice, or had the right to practice, whatever religion he wanted to practice. And that's fine with me. I know what I believe. He can believe what he wanted. No, I'm saying that he's not a hero because he's not. What he was a draft dodger. Certainly was not a patriot American, while other boys from this country were across the water getting killed. And rest assured, some of them didn't believe in that war either, but they were willing to go serve because they felt it was their duty, and so many had before, but not Muhammad Ali. He wasn't going. What also makes me mad is he never took the time to say, I'm sorry to this country, the very country that made him what he was. All those millions of dollars and the fame and recognition he had was because of the people in this country. And he never bothered to apologize for shirking his responsibility. He wasn't a hero. You want to know about a hero? Let me tell you about a hero. There's a county right next to the county where I live, and we're going to go back about 2 years, almost 2 years, September of 2014. And Michael Norris is living with his new wife. They'd been married about 5 months. And beautiful young lady that was his sweetheart, and I know she loved him just as much. And they were living in not a big house, but a nice house, but a modest house that I believe his daddy and his family helped him build. And they were living the dream. Michael's a deputy sheriff from Monroe County. In September of 2014, one night Michael answered a call where some fool, a grown man, was in his parents' house. I think he lived with his parents, and was waving a gun around and threatening his elderly parents. So Michael answered the call, and he called for backup, and Deputy Jeff Wilson went with him. And they went to the door, and I'm convinced that what made all this happen was how good Michael was. That he didn't, I don't know this, okay, but I met him a couple of times, and he was just a sharp, squared away guy who would most likely have been very successful at anything he tried to do. I asked him one time, Michael, why does a guy like you want to get into law enforcement? And he said, that's all I've ever wanted to do. That's the way his heart was. So I'm sure they went to the door, and Michael's attitude was, I'm gonna go up here and help this guy. Not, I'm fixing to take him down. Anyway, when they knocked on the door was answered with a barrage, a hail of gunfire. And Deputy Wilson was hit a couple of times, and Michael was hit in the head. Neither one of them went home that night. Deputy Wilson went home, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks later, and I understand has since returned to work and is doing pretty well, physically. Michael Norris never went home. He never went home to his wife. He never went home to his mama and daddy, his brother. He never went home to the rest of his family. He never went home to his friends. He stayed in the hospital a couple of days while his wonderful family made the decision to donate his organs, and then he passed away. Even in death, he was a hero by donating his organs. Now, that's a real hero, folks. That ain't no, I'm a draft dodging boxer who y'all made famous and filled up with shoe boxes full of $100 bills just because I could tell stupid rhymes, which most of them were stupid. No, I'm a hero because, not because I laid down my life for my country. I'm speaking in the Michael Norris person. No, Michael Norris was a hero because he was willing to lay down his life for his country and his fellow man, to protect us. Us. Yes, you too, us. And you know, there are thousands more just like him that every day sacrifice and risk their lives to protect us. I'm talking law enforcement of all types. I'm talking firefighters, all first responders, and the military. The military fight and serve and work to protect our freedoms. Those are heroes, y'all. Those are the ones you ought to be teaching your children to emulate. That's a big word, isn't it? Emulate. That's the one you ought to want your kids to be like. Not some draft-dodging sports hero who is only somebody really because he's rich. It just gets me, I'm telling you. What I want you to do, it'll make me feel better, and it'll make you feel better too. Take time out of your busy day when you come across one of these heroes and tell them thank you. You don't have to say that in that exact word. What I usually do is I'll just ease up next to them and say, thank you for your service, I appreciate it, and walk off. Sometimes they'll say thank you back, and sometimes they'll say my pleasure or whatever. But it always makes them feel good, and here's the side benefit. It'll make you feel good too. So take the time out of your day to appreciate those who make our lives possible, and be really, really careful how you throw around the word hero, okay? All right, that's all for now, and I'll see y'all next time.